doing today, we are going to be looking at more components of the Delphi environment. Yesterday, we only worked with shapes and buttons. Even today, we are still going to work with buttons, but we are going to put more and more and more components and different kinds of buttons too. Okay, so what I want us to do today is to be able to manipulate text. So yesterday we went to standard. As you see, I'm on standard right now. We took a button. Today I will make it a bit different. We are going to use a lot of buttons. So I will take this button and put it here, and then make my screen bigger, my form. Remember, this is the tool palette. I will take another button. No, this is it. This is a memo. Take another button, put it here, button 2. Okay, we have button 2. Take another button again, put it here. So our program today wants the program to read text from an edit and print it out through a label. I'm going to show you all of those things, an edit and a label. Okay, let me bring them down a bit. Okay. So to move the button, you just have to press on it. Okay. Let's make it a bit neat. Okay, let me get another button. Okay, it ran itself. Okay, let me get another button. So in this button, we're going to put the name of a person, of which must be printed here. Okay, let me just make the interface first. Take another button, put it here. Let's say we're going to have the name, the surname, the age, and the grade of a particular student. Okay, so now, remember yesterday we said that the properties of everything is on the object inspector. So I will go to the object inspector right now and change the names of my buttons. Go here to caption and make it name. Okay, even this one, I will change it. I will go to caption and make it surname. Make it surname. And then I will go to the third button now. Say age. This is the button for age. And then let's say here is the grade. And then, okay, I'm done with the buttons now. So what we need now, we come here to tool palette. We need an edit. An edit, I'm going to put it here at the top. Yeah, it's fine like this. Let's remove the text that is in the edit because we are going to write in it. Okay, now my edit is clear. Remember, the name for everything is here. We are going to look for name now for our edit. What is it name? What is it name? Here is the name. Edit one. Let's say it's input, because this edit is where we're going to put our input. Input. This is edit input. Let's just write it like this: edit input. Input. This is the name for our edit. So we come here to this button, we're going to change it. So here is just the caption that we have changed. The name of the button, we didn't change it. So we're going to go here to the name of the button. You see, the name is still button one, but the caption has changed. So the name is what we need when we, I will say BTN name. Okay, this one will be BTN surname. See, it hasn't changed as well. So we're going to say BTN surname. Okay, this one is for H. Still button 3. So we're going to change it to BTN H. This one for grade. Did a mistake, but it's not really a mistake. We're not supposed to be there. Okay. This one, we're going to change it to BTN H. No, grade this one. This is BTN grade. Okay. We have named everything right now. So this is the input. You remember on the processing cycle, there is an input, there's a process, then there's an output. So we want to put, if we put a name of somebody, and when we press this button, name, the name must display somewhere. Okay, so what I am going to do right now, I am going to put something that will give us the output. This is the label. We're going to have our outputs here. So this is label 1. Let's say, what is it name? I'm going to name it, okay, label. Let's say it's label name. Label name, LBL name. Okay. And then I will take another output again. Take another output again, a label, and put it here. So this one, we're going to name it LBL surname. What's going on now? Okay, so this one, we're going to name it LBL surname. Okay, I'll put 2 more outputs here because we want the results from here to come here. Okay, so what I am going to do now, no. I need a label, put another label and put, let me change its name. What is the name for this label? Why does it always stay here? Okay, the name for this label, we're going to say it's LBLH. LBLH. Okay, take another label here, put it here. The name for this one, I am naming them like this because I don't want to forget them. That's the easiest way to label things that you don't want to forget in programming. If you name something and you forget their name, definitely the program is not going to run, because you are going to be putting new information that it is not aware of. So everything must be as it is when you start writing a code. So this one is going to be LBL grade. LBL grade. So you see that our captions have these writings on them, and we don't need these things. Okay, let me just align them. Align them. Okay, now we need to remove all these writings that are on our captions. So to remove these things, we go to caption. You see, it has put the same name, the same word as the name. Okay, remove it. After removing it, we don't see it anymore, but don't worry, we know how to work with it. It's because we don't want anything to disrupt our results. Okay, I'll go to this one again and come back to caption. Remove it. This is the last one, and I'm also going to remove it. Okay, right. So we say in our program, we want to take information from this edit and display it here on our labels. These are labels. We are going to have our output on them. The edit is for an input. The labels are for an output. The buttons are going to be processing the information. Okay, let's start with the button for name and make it to take when you write somebody's name here on the edit. And then when you process it here in the button, it must appear here on our output, which is the label. Okay, let me do it again. Okay, let me start coding it. Okay, we've begin, we've got end. That's where your code should be. So here we have an edit. So we want to print the name on our labels. Remember, we said the name of the label that we want to retrieve our results from, it's LBL name. LBL name dot the caption of that label, and then we put the caption here. It has just put it for us. So if you know that you have spelled everything correct, it should give you the options what to do. Is equals to, what do we want to get? We want to get information from the edit. The edit is our input. Is equals to in, what was the name of the edit? It's input. Let me just check it before I do something that is wrong. See the advantage of this thing. You come back, you click the edit. What did we name the edit? What did we name the edit? Where is the name? Where is the name? Where is the name? Where is the name? Or we named it edit input. So I'll go back here to my code. Is equals to edit. The name must be exactly edit input dot text. We're saying dot text because the the edit can only accept text. So I'm going to close my program. Remember, to close your program, you need a semicolon. Okay. see with the first one if it runs. If we didn't do any mistakes. Okay, just a minute. Let's write a name here. Vusi, that's the name, and then we click here. See, here we get our output. The antivirus is disturbing me. I'm going to close it now. Okay. It's taking forever now. Okay, it's repeating itself. Let's write another name here. Winnie. Then it takes out the output here where we want it to be. Okay, let me close here. Wait for my program to come back. Okay, just a minute. I have to close my antivirus because it is disturbing me. It is disturbing me. Close for an hour. Okay, it's closed now. I'm closing it because it makes my program to run slower. Let's wait for it to come back. Okay, come back to the design. Double click on surname. Right now we want that when we put the surname on the edit, it must display the surname on the output. Okay, so what is the name of the output? It's LBL surname. I was naming it like this because I don't want to forget it. See, it already gave me an option. So which means dot caption, the caption of it, it's surname. So we're going to say equals to what? Back to the edit. The name of our edit is EDT input. Dot everything that an edit accepts is text. So dot text, and then close. Okay, so I'm not going to test this one, but we're going to test them when we test them all together. Okay, I'll go to the H now and put the code. So it's LBL, the output for the H is LBL age dot caption. Here is the caption, is equal to the name of our edit. Our edit is EDT input dot text, and then close. Go back again. We need to put the grade, the code for the grade now. The output for the grade was LBL grade dot caption is equals to EDT input close, or not close, dot text because we're going to put text there, and then close. Or somehow you may be wondering why I'm saying text there, because we are going to put numbers on the age and the grade. But don't worry, our next lesson will be covering all of this. You will know the reason why am I saying this is text. Okay, for now, this is what we have to do. So everything has been coded. So right now we need to put the name of a person, the surname, the age, and the grade, and they must all appear here. Okay, let me run the program and see if everything is okay. If there is an error, see that pop-up that showed there, will tell you if you have errors on your program. But if there are no errors, it will just run this. Say the name like this name. Oh, the name is John. John, click on name. It will put John here. The surname is Williams. Williams, click the surname, put his surname here. And then the age is 60. Here's the age. The grade, okay, you see, here is another problem I wanted. If a program is like this, it's boring. Because every time when you have to put something, you have to come and delete here. Put something, you come and delete here. Okay, let me say now you want to put a name of another person. What are you going to do? Maybe you were installing those things in a database. Now you don't have an option, you cannot do anything. So what you need to do now, let's put a button that will reset, put a button that will close our program when we are done, and put a button that will clear here so that now our program can be more user-friendly. Right now, like this, is just we're just putting in text, and then now we have to put the next person. You don't have any space. So what I'm going to do right now, just close this from running. So now we're working with other different types of buttons. We're going to go to additional. So the buttons that we're working with now, they do need code, some of them. So I will take 3 of them. I say, do we want the button that will clear after putting this text here? And we need another button that will refresh everything after you are done putting all the information of this person. And then we need a button that will close our program when we are done. So you can see these buttons are different. This is when I put, this is a T button, just a T button. This is a bit button. So they are different in which way? In this way. So I'll start with this button where you're going to use it for closing. This is button 3, T button 3, T bit button 3. So I will go back here to my properties. We want to change the kind of the button. So here is kind. So here on the kind, it is still custom, but we want it to close. BK close. Okay, you can see now our button looks different and it has the close. Okay, you go to kind, you change the type of a button. Let me repeat it with this button. So we want a button to refresh now. Go here and open. Let's take this one, retry. This button is going to refresh everything that is here. And then we come to this button. No, I'm opening the wrong thing. Here, I'm supposed to be here. This button is going to, once you have put the name and you have run it here, it should remove it from here. Okay, So our button needs to be, our buttons need to be coded. So right now I'm going to start with this one. Okay, let me run it first and make you see what will happen. These two buttons are not going to work because we did not code them. But the last one, this one for close, this one for close is going to run. Let's put our name again. Dave is the name. And then you see, when I press this one, it doesn't do anything. When I press this one, it doesn't do anything. So what is Dave's name? Is Johnson. Johnson. Press it, still works. How old is Johnson? You see, even when I press here, it doesn't do anything. This one doesn't do anything. Let's try this one. Boom, it closes. So this close button doesn't need to be coded in order for it to do its function. So what I am going to do right now, I am going to go to, let me start with this OK button. Where is it called? Okay. Bit button. Let's start again, come here. Okay. This is where we're going to put the code for the bit button. So right now, we want the button to clear the input section so that we can be able to put another input. So what is our input? The name of our input was EDT, input dot. See, now it is giving me options. The code for here is just simple, dot clear. So here, this thing is going to clear everything. After pressing this button, it will clear everything that is there on the input. And then, but after clearing, it is important again, EDT, input dot set focus. So now we're taking this focus again that it will receive another piece of information. Okay, so let's run it and see if it works. Let's run it and see if it works. Run it. Let's run it and see if it works. Okay, I'm still waiting. My computer is a bit slow. Program is coming very slow. Okay, what is the name now? The name of this guy is Andy. Come here, Andy. What? Okay, see, it just wipe it off without us having to press backspace. What is Andy's surname? Is Masego. And then we put Andy's surname where it's supposed to be in its output. Come back again here, click, it wipes the information that is there. And then right now we're going to put the age of Andy. Andy is 18. 18. Put Andy's age. Back to the button to research. It clears and set focus. What is in this grade? And is grade 12. Okay, then we clear it. So now we want to put another person here. Here comes the problem. We want to put other information here, but there is still information here, you see? So now we have to close, and that is where we're going to refresh our edits here. You see? So, okay, what is going to happen now? I'm going to close here. And then now we need to put a code for this button, the retry button. We need to put code for this button. Okay, how are we going to do that? Let me think. Okay, so there are many ways to do this, but let me just choose the easy one. Okay, okay, firstly, let's make it to clear the edit. EDT input dot clear. For now, we're still clearing the edit, which is our input. So after that, it must also set focus. Okay, I'm going to edit input dot clear dot set focus. Dot set focus. Set focus. It is. All right, now this thing is going to do the very same thing. If we can leave it like this, it is going to function exactly like this button, which was only wiping off this information. So what we want to do now is that when we press here, this information that is already here must disappear so that we can be able to put some data for another person. All right, let's go back to the code. Okay, so now we are going to set our edits to have nothing in them. So now, what was the first edit for name? I'm sorry, our labels. What was the first label for the name? LBL name dot caption would be let me leave some space here so that it will be clear, will be equal to nothing. So when we say nothing, I'm going to put these two quotation marks and close my program. Let's see if it is going to remove the name. It is going to clear the top and also remove the name. Let me quickly test it. Quickly, so that we can put the other ones. So let's say the name of this person is Leslie. The surname, remove Leslie. The surname is Wayne. the surname point. Okay, let's use our pattern. It must remove this and remove this. Boom, you see. So right now I'm going to put it for everything that we have here. Okay, let's continue with our code. So we've got LBL surname, dot caption is equals to nothing. 2 quotation marks, the single ones, not the double ones. Label age dot caption is equals to is equals to nothing. 2 quotation marks, the single one. LBL age dot caption is equals to nothing. Close. Okay, we are done now. Let's check it out. Waiting for our program to run. Okay. So, what is the name of this person? Andy again. Andy. Okay. We clear here. Okay. The surname of Andy. We said Andy is Williams. The age of Andy. Okay, we clear here. The age of Andy is 58. The grade is doing grade 12, old school. Okay, and then we come here on this reset button, we reset. Oh, I forgot to put 1 for grade, but you see it reset everything. Let me put the last one for the grade. Oh, I repeated age 2 times. I repeated age 2 times. Why? I was supposed to say grade here. Grade. LBL grade dot caption. We're good. Good to go. We're good to go now. Wait for our program to run. Okay. Say Willie. Remove. Brian's. There's such as a name. Remove. Age Brian is 12. Remove from the edit. His grade 8. Yep. So we come here, we reset this information, remove. See, it removes everything. Then come again, we put another person. Right now is Lindelwa. Put the name of Lindelwa. Remove. Makaya. Put the surname where it's supposed to be. Then remove from the top. Then the age is 14. Put the age, remove. And she is doing grade 10. Remove. Then we come again and reset. And then we're done inserting our information. We close. Okay. The main point of this was to introduce you to the concept that here there is an input, the process here in the button, and then there is an output here on our labels. And also to introduce you to other different kinds of buttons that you can use when you create your program, because you are going to need something like this when you do your pet. So guys, on the next lesson, we are going to be doing more and more and more things and introduce you into more concept of Delphi. So I'm sure by now it is starting to be interesting. It was better than the previous lesson. On the previous lesson, we were just learning about shapes, pattern, and even on the last lesson, there was an input, there was a process, there was an output. The input was the code there in the pattern, the process was taking place on the pattern, and also the output was when the shape changes color. Here, you can put you can have the input here on the edit. And one thing you should know about the edit, it is only made for input. And this label 2 is for output. The button is where the process takes place, where you are going to put your code. I hope today's lesson was helpful, guys. Bye, enjoy. We'll see you tomorrow.